Filming styles and how to find yours. What is a filming style? Most people get filming styles wrong, and what the definition and what you're actually trying to describe when you say, oh, such and such's filming style is this, such and such's filming style is that. You get it wrong when you act as if there's a single descriptor besides them, right, as the artist. Because if you look at it and you say, oh, your filming style is really dark, just dark stuff. That's something that's very, not only is it vague, but it's super untrue, because does that mean that every single thing that you do is dark? What happens if you lighten up a certain shot and you just turn up the brightness? Is that now not your style? Is your style cheery? Does it have a lot of jokes? Does it have a lot of this? So does it mean that if you do something else, now you're completely off your style? It's like a completely different artist? Or does it mean that whenever you do something, it's you? The only descriptor is you. When it comes to being like Stanley Kubrick. When you look at Stanley Kubrick's movie, whether he does a comedy, whether he does a romance, whether he does a sci-fi, whether he does a horror, it's Stanley Kubrick. And you can see, because the style, the cinematography, the coloring, the storytelling, everything about it reeks of that director. Just like Francis Ford Coppola, right? Who is it? You can tell when a director has control because it feels like them. They're an artist. It's just like Vincent van Gogh, or it's just like Mozart. It's just like it's a certain style, and it's something about them that makes it theirs. That when you say your filming style is you. So first of all, the first thing you need to do is practice, play, try things out. Because if you're constantly repeating what other people are doing, then you're just mimicking somebody else. You're mimicking a different person, a style that is not necessarily yours. Because when it comes down to it, if you were to shoot something, how would you shoot it? If you constantly base it off other people, well, I want to shoot in Stanley Kubrick-esque, or I want to shoot, this movie like a Michael Bay film, things like that. If you're constantly focused and zeroed in on it needs to be like this, then you're going to make it their style, right? Whereas you, and coming up with a style that is all your own, it's simply about experimenting as an artist in your style. What intrigues you? What gets your heart pumping? What gets you excited? No, it doesn't have to be completely different. It still needs to go to the rules of filmmaking. It still needs to go to the rules of storytelling and things like that. But when somebody looks at your work, is it you? Can they describe it with somebody else's? If they can't, then you found your style. The only way to find your style is to start practicing, start playing. See what you can create. See what gets you excited about your movie, about telling that story, about doing that thing. Whether you do a comedy, whether you do a romance, whether you do a horror, whether you do an action film, if it's your style, all of it should lead to you. They should say that's your style. That's you. Oh my God, this movie reminds me of so-and-so. Why? Because so-and-so is that kind of style. You will become Michael Bay. You will become Stanley Kubrick. You'll become Sam Raimi. You'll become Steven Spielberg. How do you do that? Be true to you. Be an artist.